Today I'm working on a piece of my friend Marquie with Kageyama Tobio from Haikyuu. So we are currently at the stage where I had just finished sketching. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do line art. So I'm gonna be relining everything, but with a cleaner brush, so we get that like crisp type of comic look. If you see me like shifting my screen around a lot, it's just because I only have one screen and I'm trying to see everything. Like I'm trying to have my reference photos here with the chat and all of that. So it's gonna be fun. Anyway, I'm not the best at line art, to be honest. Not the best at digital line art. So I think it's gonna be good practice. But if you're hoping for something that's a little bit more therapeutic, yeah, I don't know if this would be one of those. Or maybe you can, if you mute me, then you wouldn't hear me suffering. But yeah, let's hang out if anyone's around. So I just logged in my time because I'm charging my commission pieces by the hour. So I am ready to start. So I'm gonna be relining with red actually, just so I have the flexibility if I ever want to keep it a color and not black. When I did the background, I pretty much already had it be like in the crisp type of style, so I should be all set with that, except for the blurry background that I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to approach it later. But yeah, let's do this. I'm actually gonna pull up a reference photo of Kageyama, just so I have. So give me just a second. I honestly feel like drawing any character from Haikyuu, it feels like home for me, because I've drawn so many of them over the span of a couple of months. I think I've only ever drawn Kageyama twice, like ever. But he's a fun one to draw. He definitely kind of grew on me a little bit later on though. It wasn't one of those ones where I was like, I love this guy from the get-go, but no, I don't know. He's kind of like endearingly awkward. I like it. Okay, I have the reference photo right here. I can figure out how I can see it. Oh. Okay. I think that's fine. You're probably kind of confused because you're not seeing what's happening off screen. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of Control Z going on in this. Okay, right off the bat, I'm just gonna skip that and do something else. Oh man, it's fine. Comes with practice. And I'm very determined to win it. So when I do my line art, if it's like the retracing ones, I like to do it in 2 layers. So I'll do the general line art for this first, and then I'll have another layer where it's more about like the little details. So that way, if I'm trying to, like when I'm working on shading it, it's a lot easier for me to select because I can turn off all of those detailing. And then I can select it a lot easier. And once again, today's music is brought to you by my husband. My husband has his own band, 2-people band. And yeah, the voice you're hearing right now, it's him. Can't wait till he makes more music. It's really cool to kind of just see how he's grown over time with his music stuff. And I guess the same applies for me and my art. Oh, hi guys, I totally missed your chat. Thanks for joining me. He does have a Spotify account. If you look up, guess if you search Gimme, I think the music that pops up is like Britney Spears music or something. But if you look up Derelict something, wait, what is it called? Derelict Muse? Let me open up my Spotify real quick. Derelict Muse. Let me type that down for you. Then it should pop up. His band name is the one with like all caps. It's Gimme in all caps. But yeah, thanks for digging it. How are all of you guys doing today? Also, Marky, I know you never asked for this, but I kind of gave him like a cheeky little dimple here. I think dimples are absolutely adorable. And like, I know you have dimples. So I thought it'd be really cute if you both have matching dimples. Marky, your dimples are the cutest thing ever. It made me smile. And yes, totally. Feel free to ask me anything. Stop being so cute. Marky, is this stream gonna be basically me hitting on you live? Wait, me hitting on you. I can't remember what I said. Oh yeah? You don't mind? Don't say I never warned you. You're drawing something and there's a guy with a smiley face power. What part of his body organ should his power be? Like smiley beam? Like it shoots a smiling face out at people? What kind of vibe is this drawing? You thinking like something kind of like badass, like Watchmen? You know, how they kind of have those like interesting mask designs. Where if it's drawn in a different type of context and style, it totally could have been like a comedy, but because it's the Watchmen, it's like badass. Or is it actually like comedy? Got you. Hey, I didn't know. Sometimes you can totally like draw them differently, but I don't know. Wouldn't it be interesting if he like took off his smiley face mask and he actually had a smiley face power thing coming from his forehead? Oh, he's wearing the mask to get the origin story out. That's so cool. How do you guys come up with all these really cool ideas? It just kind of makes me wonder what his origin story was. Now, are you making this kind of like a little comic piece or just like a singular drawing? Hmm. I'm just trying out different brushes because within the brush variety I've downloaded, there's a few options I can mess around with. I think I like this one the best. Oh, that's an interesting like backstory. Yeah, kind of like Deadpool, but I mean, ultimately, um, I feel like nowadays whatever you do, it's always just gonna kind of be like something. Ultimately, it really depends upon how you write it, you know. So yeah, I'd be really interested to see how you'd approach that. It definitely does sound like a very interesting story. And I think just like the way Deathpool really let the personality of the actor and like the director show through the style that the way the film was made and like the acting style. I feel like there's a lot of things you can really experiment with that and figure out on your own what works for you. You know? But yeah, I totally support you making a comic out of it. I mean, I'm making my own comic right now, and it's been a lot of fun. It's also cool you're doing this traditionally. I don't know why, but I feel like Kageyama looks like someone who actually like plucks his brows. Just like keeps them nice and groomed. Good for him. I'm proud of him. Or maybe I just kind of imagine his sister, because his sister is like a makeup artist, I think, and also a hairstylist. I kind of just imagine her plucking his brows for him. And maybe he enjoyed it. Maybe he's like, I look great. Oh wow, I just saw your newer chats. My bad. Well, thanks for joining though. See you later. Good luck with your drawing. Yeah, right? I'm glad someone agreed with me about, like, him grooming his brows and stuff. Well, that, and I also believe that, like, Yamaguchi has very long lashes. Like the kind where you're always just like, I wish I can have your lashes. Probably Kageyama as well. I'm sure he has long lashes. Ugh, that was so scary. I accidentally clicked cut. Good thing there's undo. Mm. Yeah, that was pretty good, not gonna lie. Usually takes me like 10 more tries to do the face. There's so many command Z in this process. At least I hope it seems relaxing. I'm glad. I'm glad you feel relaxed. Just try to look past my frustrated voice and let the sound of my husband's relaxing voice help you relax. If you're also just starting out with digital art and you're struggling to work on line art, I also recommend like rotating your art piece a lot, as you've seen me do here. Just because there's almost always just going to be a very specific angle that your wrist is going to favor rotating or going through the same motion. And try to teach yourself to be very flexible with your line weight. Like establish a rule in your head. Be like, okay, if certain strands that are not lifted too far from the other strands is what you're trying to do, then don't press too hard. I'm still not perfect at it, but I'm doing a lot better at it now. Marquie, I'm glad you find it relaxing. Another thing that Death Note had also taught me is how to draw hair. It really helps to kind of just look through a lot of different styles by different mangakas or comic book artists and pick ones you like. And you might not even like the entire design, but maybe you like the way they draw lashes or something like that. And then start practicing. Start trying to figure out how they did it, you know? And then before you know it, you've just learned a couple of skills from different mangakas for different aspects of their work that you like. And yeah, before you know it, you have your own style. That's kind of just how I discover my own style, you know? And like my style is still going to keep changing every time. Every time I draw, I always learn something new. And if there's particular things that you feel like you're not too good at, keep doing it, you know? I know it would suck, but like for instance, drawing hands was like really difficult for me. And I just had a really difficult time, but I just kept going at it until, yeah, like now I don't really feel nervous drawing hands. Just takes time, practice. Hi! Thank you for joining me! Yeah, feel free to lurk. Like, vibe with me while you write. I love it. Oh, thank you so much, June. I'm just texting you as well because I'm not really sure if you have the audio off. Because I know some people just want to vibe. So if anyone is interested, this upcoming Saturday at 3 p.m. EST, I'm going to have a guest, and we're going to do some drawing challenges. And I'm going to try to do this every Saturday at 3 p.m. If I can't find a guest, it'll just be me. But it's fine. Yeah, I just want to try it out, and you will be seeing my face as well. I just gotta figure out how to do it. Oh, nice. Good to know your audio is on. Yeah, what do you guys think of this audio? Like, I feel like it's definitely a lot better than last time. Pretty much stole my husband's recording microphone. See, rotating this just made it so much easier for me to do this, to draw this line. Skip that strand for now. Whoa, did you see that swipe though? That was a good one. Sorry. I just get really excited when I make a nice line. Like a long, nice line. It's very satisfying. I'm currently using a Wacom. What is this one called? Let me see. Into Us? Is that what it is? Or is that like a part of Wacom's name? But yeah, I got this off of, trying to remember. I got it off of Marquie secondhand for like $30, I think. And yeah, best investment ever. The guy I bought it from gave me 4 stars for no reason. But it's fine. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who was like, ooh, that was a good one. June, do you also do digital art? What tablet do you use if you have one? I'm kind of looking to upgrade this one because sometimes I don't really know why it does this, but sometimes it'll just randomly do like a like that, you know, as if though I pressed on it for a while or something. It gets kind of frustrating. I kind of want one with the screen because I feel like, I don't know, I kind of do digital art pretty much every day for the past couple of months now. I mean, I'm definitely not going to upgrade it right now, but eventually. Kind of want one with a screen. And thank you so much about what you said in terms of how I drew Marquie's face. Face. I don't know if you heard that because I was kind of breathing out. I think I've definitely gotten better at drawing people now. Like drawing real people. But it definitely takes me quite some time to do one though. But it's always worth it every time. Like especially if you kind of nail it. It's also extra fun when you guys are my friends and I get to draw you guys. No, that is definitely a huge deal. But it wasn't like in perfect condition. But I think it's cute. I like it. I mean, it definitely still works. But yeah, I really don't mind it. Honestly, I can't even remember how much it costed, like firsthand. But $30 was pretty cheap for like a Wacom. Oh, that's so cool. You have one of those laptops. So is it one of those ones where you can like fold the keyboards back and then it basically becomes like a tablet? And how good is the sensitivity for it? Oops. Ignore that. That was like an old sketch. It kind of looks like Kageyama needs to comb his hair. But that's okay. He's been out for a bit. Maybe it was windy? I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but I've like never drawn a single character with really neat hair. Well, no, that's a lie. Erwin's hair is pretty neat. I just like messy hair. I don't know. Just has more movement. Feels more realistic. I'm pretty much not even just gonna follow my previous sketch. I'm gonna have him tie his scarf differently. Just gonna wing it. Yeah, I feel like that looks a lot more realistic. I'm glad you like the new way I drew the scarf. And thank you. I'm still trying to remember your stream names. I mean, not stream, your Twitch names. But yes, hi Anna. Welcome. Whoa. That was weird. Every time I click Control X by accident, my heart just jumps a little. And then I remember there's Control Z. So I think because his jacket is a little bit on the thicker side, I'm gonna mess with a larger brush size. I really want to have that variance in the brush shapes. I mean, in the brush size. How are you doing today, Anna? Is it pretty late where you are at? Ooh, you donated blood. That's great though. Like that's very awesome of you that you donated your blood. Oh cool, we're on the same timeline. I mean time zone. Kind of pulled an all-nighter last night, so I'm sorry if I sound kind of pooped. But I feel you with feeling sleepy though. Yeah, no, it really is so convenient to have a lot of us who are in EST time zone. But yeah, I've never donated my blood before. I don't really think I've trying to remember. I don't really think I've had my blood drawn. No, I had actually. But I was kind of scared because when I was younger, I just remember seeing this guy like getting his blood drawn to get tested, and he just like fainted. Like I just saw through the window, and I was like, "Oh no. I never want to do that." But no, that's really cool that that's what you did. Sorry, I'm just like rambling on. Yeah, so yesterday I tried streaming pretty much like 3 times. Well, I tried streaming 2 times, and the first time I only got 27 minutes in because my roommate accidentally unplugged the router power. So that one got cut short. But the thing is, I didn't know it got cut short until like 30 minutes after. And so I continued my session for like 2 something more hours. And then it just wasn't recorded. As in like it wasn't kept on the Twitch site. And I was just kind of dead at that point. But then after I had dinner, I had a little bit of energy left. So I was like, all right, we'll give it a go. So I got started again at like midnight. And then I streamed for 4 hours. Yeah, so that was why. But then I got Lauren's commission done, and I'm able to work on Marquie's today. So I guess it was worth it. Yeah, that is. But I'm really trying to set a goal to stream at least like 3 to 4 times a week. And also, I mean, like, I'm already doing commissions and I'm already doing my art, so I might as well just stream it while I'm at it. If anything, I feel like me streaming it makes me a bit more active about it, if that makes sense. It's not that I'm not active about drawing, but it just puts me in more of a schedule. So I think it's a good thing. And also, it's really nice having you guys to hang out with when I do stream. So, I mean, I'm drawing anyways. Might as well hang out with friends while I'm at it. Yeah, I totally agree that donating is definitely a great thing if it's something that you can afford, whether that's money or your blood. You know? No, I really look up to people who donate, though. I appreciate it. Like, people's kindness makes me happy. Can't wait till I get through all of my commissions so I can reopen commissions again. Kind of shooting, I'm kind of aiming for it to be sometime around mid-Feb. So we'll see. I'm kind of a little bit behind on a few things, but I definitely kind of want to take like a week or two off before starting it back up again. I know, it's a never-ending cycle. I mean, it is fun, and it's the only way I can make money at the moment. But, you know, like, eventually I'm gonna need more money to buy groceries. So I can't relax just yet. Gotta keep working. I just hope that people would still want to commission from me when I open it back up. I don't know. I was so hesitant to close it because I'm just afraid that people are gonna forget about me. How do I know when I'm done with a picture? I don't know. There's always like this point where you kind of, I mean, there's always something you can keep adding on to, right? Like, that's kind of the issue. But you'll eventually get to this point where, like, you set your pen down for a second and then you realize, oh, like, I think this is pretty good. You know? Usually what it is, it's when my fingers itch to experiment with different filters and LUTs, lookup tables, which is basically kind of like LUT. Lookup tables, which are basically kind of like filters. Yeah, usually when I itch to kind of do that, that's probably when I kind of know it's done, because I'm just like getting more excited to see the bigger picture of it instead of working on tiny details. But yeah, like Lauren's piece, that one was a difficult one to color. Not a difficult one, but it was like a more challenging piece with more detail, and it's a very stylized coloring, which is indoor sunset, and it's something that I'm kind of still new to. But I mean, because I'm doing commissions like all the time, really the only time I can learn now, it's to actually give it a go. But yeah, like complicated pieces like that, it can be really difficult to just get lost in the tiny details. But what I do when I'm drawing is I also set a timer. And drawing commissions in a time-based manner had taught me to focus primarily on more important elements first in the case that I run out of time. So I think that definitely helps. Nah, thank you. But the people not forgetting me. I don't know, sometimes I just get really anxious for no reason. I was also trying to pick a good time to like close my commissions when I did. Just because I feel like some people got money from New Year's, and for some reason it seems like a lot of people have their birthdays around like New Year's and Christmas, because yeah, I think that was like kind of when I got hit up the most. But honestly, I never expected to have this many people commissioning for me. Like, I just didn't know that this market was kind of big. Yeah, I can totally see that. It's really cool though. I've definitely made a lot of new friends from doing commissions. I mean, because Lauren commissioned me, like that's how I met you guys. I'm very grateful for that. And because it's a very interactive process, you know, like when someone wants to commission from me, we'd have like a consultation, which is, I call it phase 1, just to be fancy. And I think through that process, I really try to build trust. I really try to have my clients feel like they can trust me. And also just chit-chatting in general. Like, I think for me it helps a lot when I'm trying to commission from someone and then I know that they're nice and like is not kind of sketchy. I think it's also, see, what I really like about Tumblr is that I feel like it's such an interactive like space. Like, I'll have certain artists that I really have a big crush on, and then I keep thinking like, oh, I'll never get to talk to them. But then I shoot them and ask, and they respond, or sometimes they show up in my notifications that they liked my photos, or even some of them they wanted to commission from me, and it's just like kind of crazy to me. Like, it's really cool that it's so interactive. And then you can just kind of easily talk to the artist or writer that you admire. And I mean, of course, this doesn't apply to everybody, but this is just my experience. That's so cool that your favorite author like hit you back, like, and that you guys are now chatting. It's really cool. I love it. I wish this kind of interactiveness extends to other things, you know? You know what I mean? Like, I wish it could have been more like, I don't know what I'm saying. I hope you get what I'm saying. I hope famous artists that we see, and I'm not just talking about like Tumblr artists. I'm talking about more like established, kind of more famous artists, I guess, is as interactive as this. But I also kind of understand, because then now you're dealing with like agents and all of that, so it's just kind of different. Yeah, I totally agree. Which is kind of a bummer, but I totally understand. Do you guys feel like you'd get a lot easier tired? Wow. I'm sorry, I swear I know how to form a sentence. Do you guys feel like you've been getting tired a lot easier now that the sun just goes down really fast? Because it's really hitting me pretty bad. Like the sun goes down at like 3 p.m. That's pretty crazy. Just like when it's dark, my mind just thinks I really gotta go to bed kind of thing. But then the thing is, I'm also a big night owl, so my body is gonna want to go to bed when the sun falls. But then at around like midnight, I'm gonna be fully awake. I'm so jealous that it doesn't affect you though. Excuse me, I was yawning. It's just a circle. You can do it. Uh, oh, that one was... Alright, I need a drink. Okay. Circles are so hard. It's okay. I should have counted how many times that took me, but I think this one looks good. Oh man. Ooh, maybe I should make your pupils dilate more because you're in love. There we go, just a few pixels more. What are the nitpicky things that I dislike the most when I draw? I would say line weight. No. I'm trying to think. Because there's a lot of things I'm nitpicky about when I draw. I'm actually thinking really hard. Maybe it's hair? I just like hair a lot. So I'm very particular about how I approach them. Like I want to imitate its texture the best. Like if a character has soft hair, I draw more strands. So like for instance, I imagine Kageyama having really soft hair, so that's why I do a lot of these like softer kind of airy details. Whereas if I'm drawing like Bokuto's hair, like styled up, that would have been different. I would have had lesser strokes. Or like if I were to draw Hinata with his with his hair styled, then I would probably draw a lot less strands as well. I don't know, but also for instance, if I'm working with curly hair or wavy hair, or hair in braids, then I gotta really figure out how I want to approach it because I really want to get the texture right. So yeah, I guess that's what I'm nitpicky about. Do you have stuff you're nitpicky about when you're writing or when you're drawing? I think my husband is peeping my stream. Hi Jojo, I don't know if you're on this stream, but great to have you here, dude. Of course, thanks for asking me all these really cool questions. If you have any more, please keep them coming if you feel like it. I don't know, I just really like it when people ask me about like my drawing process and how I feel about certain things. Because when it comes to my own drawing, I definitely have a lot of opinions. Ooh, filtering words. So is it kind of on the same vein of like when people talk and they keep saying like or just because it's like a transitional thing when people are trying to talk? Something like that? Yeah. No, I do the same as well. And like I notice when people do that as well, you know? I think that's really cool. I say that's really cool a lot, but I generally do think so. When I'm writing, I also spend a lot of attention to how I form my sentences as well. So I don't know if it. I mean, I don't know if it applies to writing. It probably does, but this is something that I do when I write scripts for my films. It's to start off with like the most important thing. I'm trying to think of an example. Uh, wow, brain. So for instance, if a character walked into a room and another character pops up and they're wearing something like weird, maybe. Wait, where am I going with this? Okay, here's a good example. So maybe if a character is meeting up with another character at a bar and clearly something had happened before. So the way I would approach this is by having the character say like, I don't know, this happened to Tommy or something. Like get to the point and then from there work your way out and explain why like or how a certain thing or a topic had happened. Am I making sense? I hope I'm making sense. I feel like I'm a lot more eloquent when I write, but when I talk, it's like blah. It's word vomits. Like that would have been such an easy thing to explain, but I went all the way around just to explain it. Thank you for understanding. You know how hard it was for me to not say lashes when I talk just now because that's like all I can think of. So I know your question earlier, you asked me what I'm nitpicky about in terms of drawing. So I wasn't really sure if that extends to like coloring and whatnot as well. But my other response to me being nitpicky, and this is in the case that it includes coloring as well, is picking skin tones. I am incredibly specific about skin tones. It doesn't matter if you're fair skinned or darker skinned or anything. Like even if you're Baby Yoda, like it doesn't matter. I'm going to match that skin tone, like, to the best of my ability. Because I just think whoever I'm drawing, like, deserves to be represented correctly, you know? I don't know. It really kills me when I see artists drawing a darker skinned character and made them look very fair. I just think it's a part of a bigger problem of, like, whitewashing. And, like, there's no excuse. There's zero excuse as to why you can't pick your skin tone correctly. You know? Like, Aaron how do I say his name? Aaron? Aaron, for instance, from Haikyuu. He's beautiful as he is. Why can't you just draw him the way he is, you know? Like, some people might have an excuse and be like, oh, you know, he's only in the black and white because, like, in the manga. But no, he's animated. You can literally take a picture of him, like a screen grab of him from the anime, and then use the eyedropper tool and just eyedrop his skin tone down. You know? Or, like, if you're drawing a real person, or if the only reference you have is from the manga, then whatever gray that is used to fill in the skin for that particular character, that is middle gray. That is still an indicator of, like, the darkness of the tone. Does that make sense? So you can take that and then compare it to how far it diverges from, and you can compare it to middle gray and see how far the diversion is to that. So now all you have to do is really just pick the like, the warmth and the coolness of the skin tone. But, like, at least the at least the darkness of the color that you're picking should be relative to that gray. Does that make sense? But yeah, that's just me ranting. Oh, Marquie, you're totally good. Don't worry. I'm just glad you're here in general. Yeah, definitely. Lighting is going to change it. But, I mean, yeah, you're going to eventually see me, like, pick the skin tone color and whatnot for this piece as I would with any other piece. And the way I do it is I pick a skin tone that I think is... Well, alright, I'm gonna start my sentence over. So, drawing or coloring a real person, for instance, right? Like, when you look at a photo of a person, it's not gonna be flat, because you're not a cartoon drawing. So then what I do is I kind of go to an area that's hit by the sun the most, and then I go a little bit outside of that, and the split between where the darkest shadows are and the brightest highlights are, it's gonna be what I'm gonna work from. And then from there, I'm just gonna, like, throw the color on with the paint bucket or the brush. Whatever. Wow, I'm really trying to multitask as I'm doing this. But then I'm gonna look at a reference photo and I'm gonna adjust it accordingly until I find a shade that I think is the most suitable. And then from there, so if I know that my lighting is gonna be on the darker side, then I'm gonna shift it a little bit brighter in compensation for the lighting style that I'm gonna do. But yeah, that's how I pick skin tone, and I'm very particular about it. Oh no, no worries. I was just rambling on. Oh, I saw your message. Yeah, dude, they censored that. I'm just reading it right now though. Yeah, finding foundations that match. It's really difficult. It just kills me when there's like not enough range. You know, I used to never have a matching foundation ever, like when I was in Thailand. And that was because almost all the foundations that are available, and I'm talking like at drugstores and stuff, they're all incredibly light skinned colored. And almost all of them had like pinkish undertones because that's what most people want to be. Like, that's what most people want to look like. And while that foundation may work well for some people with that type of skin color, the majority of Thai people tend to have tanner skin because there's the sun is just so hot and bright all the time. So it like really kills me. I can't believe that Twitch censored that though. That's so crazy. And thank you so much. Oh, Twitch, why did you censor that? No, they actually highlighted the specific words that made them like censor it, and it was definitely that. It was definitely a POC. Thanks for saying hello, though. No worries. Thanks for still being here. Alright, I have about an hour left to this hangout session, but I think I'm doing pretty good on time. Like, this is definitely one of my faster line art relining. Maybe it's something to do with having people watching me. It just makes me like, oh, don't mess up. It's fun. It's good. I needed it. Yeah, 100%. It's good to hear that you're like pushing yourself to try something that maybe you're not comfortable with or you're kind of new with. 'Cause that's definitely how you grow. I definitely do that all the time with my artworks. I did that a lot when I did the October drawing challenge thing. And yeah, because of that, like, got me to where I am right now. And I'm excited to keep growing. I wasn't going to include like clean third relining as an option, but I did anyway because I was like, I want to be good at this. And like, I'm decent at it enough that I know I'm not going to be like fail in it, you know? But something that I definitely can clearly see myself grow from that is drawing male characters. I had a very difficult time drawing male characters. And now I draw them all the time. But yeah, ultimately I am a lot more comfortable drawing female characters. I also noticed that I don't have enough of a variety in body shapes, like in the way that I draw. I almost always draw a very particularly wow. I almost always draw a very particular body type and body shapes. So I'm really trying to expand my knowledge and skills on how to do that. And I think I'm definitely a lot better at it now. Cuz the thing is, it's not about me not trying to be inclusive. It's just it's not something I had a lot of practice growing up, you know. Oh man, did I really merge these glasses into the same layer? Don't mind this mess. Whoops. I'm trying to not draw glasses again. I'm just cheating. Not really cheating. It's just pre-drawn already by me. Yeah. Please tell me I didn't shrink it. No. No. I'm so sorry. I'm so lazy. Why did I merge it, bro? Oh. Yeah, definitely. I feel like the body type that I draw are the ones that were idealized over. And it kind of just became one of those things where it's like, it's easy for me to draw because I've drawn it 100, well, more than 100 times, but like so many times. So when I'm doodling, like that's just what I doodle, you know? But yeah, I'm definitely glad that uh, I get to teach myself how to be more diverse about my character's appearance and like drawing different people. For real though, like doing commissions had also taught me uh to be more diverse in my drawings because these are real people uh that I'm like drawing from, you know what I mean? So that's been really great. And you're all so freaking beautiful, man. What's going on? It's so great. All my friends are so pretty. Yeah. No, that as well. Like anime characters also have idealized body types. And the thing too, it's like on top of that, the majority of like anime characters that I've worked on for my commissions, I mean, they're all like athletes. So they're just all like really muscular and tall, most of them. So that doesn't help either. I'm so glad I didn't have to draw those glasses again. They look really cool. But it took me a minute. No, that is very true. I'm also just really drawn to like Dorito torsoed men. So that also didn't help that I also have like a preference. Because I feel like when I'm drawing these guys, like I'm channeling uh, what I like into them. You know, like I like messy hair, so I'm almost always going to draw them with messy hair. Unless they're a character that's known to have very neat hair. Or like, I like dimples, so I threw them on Kageyama, you know? You have a lot of power when you're drawing. So that's why I think it's really cool. Cats, for instance, from Chaotic Cats. I really love the way she approaches her characters. I really like all like the little details she put into it. Like whenever she drew Sakusa shirtless, she draws him with more moles on his body, which I thought was awesome. Like I never thought of that, you know? Or like I'm trying to think. Yeah, she's just really good about like adding all of these little details to characters and you know, like having really smooth skin and like no blemish, no freckles and moles or anything like that. I feel like was such like an idealized thing that when I see these kind of details, it changes your perspective. You know, it kind of breaks you away from that if you're someone that uh, falls for the idealized version. And I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong if you have moles, you have freckles, or you don't have anything at all. It doesn't matter. It's just different. Oh yeah, no, that's definitely also very true. But I'm just talking in terms of like this piece I'm doing, for instance. You know, it's like a piece, not like a manga character or something like that. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. Mhm. Yeah, we yep. About the symmetrical face thing. I agree with you. But yeah, I mean when you're drawing an anime character or any character that like I have a lot of fun drawing Haikyuu characters because the art style itself is not incredibly realistic to begin with, so it leaves me a lot of room for interpretation. So that's why I think it was a lot of fun. Um, so it's been really interesting to me to see how different people approach the exact same character. Like you can look up Kuro's face and you could see such like a huge range in the interpretation of his appearance. So I thought that's really interesting. What's not okay is when it's like someone trying to draw Aaron and he's just like the skin color of Kyoko. That's too much. Thank you so much. It's definitely starting to take shape, you know, with the line art. We're getting there slowly. I'll leave that shading out for now. Yeah. Um when I start line art, it's just whatever I'm craving to do the most. So I don't know if you saw when I first started doing line art for this piece. I started off with his eyes. No, I started off with Kageyama's nose. And then I struggled with it. So I was like, no, I'm going to move on to a different thing for now. And then I moved on from that. And then I moved on from that. And then I come back to the nose. So yeah, I hope that helps. And I almost always itch to shade and do all like the little details, but I really try not to. I like to do that in a different layer because it just makes it easier for me to select them. Like when I go into color or when I go into lay down the base colors. And please never apologize for asking questions. I love questions. Like I love it when you guys interact and it's making this so much fun. I asked a lot of questions in class too. No, please interact with me, ask me questions, whatever your heart desires. I love it. I really do. I really love interacting with all of you. I'm slowly getting to know you guys better on Discord. Sorry it took me a while to kind of just interact. I'm just very shy. Um, but it's been really nice, like having you guys over here on Twitch with me. You know, I feel like it's a little bit more intimate, like more personal. That I get to actually talk to you guys instead of typing. But yeah, the way I work on, or rather the way I start my line art, I usually start with something that I think I can do well first. And then if I can't, then I'm just gonna, take a sip of water or move on from that section and do something else that I feel like I can do. I kind of have that sort of approach in life as well. Just like start with something you know you can do. And then finish the task and then pick up the next task. And then before you know it, it's done. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for understanding. Yes. Start with a victory. This is actually something that uh, a first camera assistant had taught me recently. He's been working in the industry for like 10 plus years. And I've only done it for a couple of years. I mean, I just graduated uh, when did I? 2019. And then from there on, I got on a film gig almost right away. So I'm very fortunate. But even then, like I was never like the go-to person in the call because a lot of the films that are shot here are like union film shoots now. But so mostly what I would do is I would day play. And day playing is really scary because it's like it usually is kind of spontaneous and someone will hit you up about it and then like the next day or two you show up on set like not knowing anybody, not knowing where anything is. And then like I don't know, it just makes me feel like I'm not too good at it. So then I kept day playing and then I kept not feeling good about myself. And there's been multiple times when I'd come home feeling incredibly overwhelmed, like I've broken down crying at the steps at my house. Cuz I just felt like I wasn't good enough. Um until recently I worked on a film shoot and the I met this first camera assistant and he's really sweet. And out of the blue, I don't know like if I did something that made him say it, but out of the blue he was just like, being on set is really nerve-wracking sometimes. Like I've been doing this for 10 to 20 years now and I still get really nervous at the beginning of a film shoot, like at the beginning of almost every film shoot. And it's just one of those things that never goes away. So, something that he had taught himself over the course of many years is to start with something he knows he can do. And then from there, you do the next thing that you know how to do. And then you do the next, and then before you know it, the film is over. And it was just so out of the blue, but that's like one of the most important advices that someone had ever given to me. So yeah, thought I'd share a little bit of a story. Ooh, that's a good advice as well. Like ending with an up. I think it depends on the situation, because I think ending with an up was the way I approached my time in university. And that's just because I know that I have the most energy right now, freshman year. So I took all like the difficult courses, freshman year and sophomore year. Yeah, I think it depends on the situation. I think both advices are really good. And do you feel like that advice works well for you? What I like about the advice that I was given is that from the perspective of somebody who gets very easily anxious and like kind of doubts myself, if whether or not I know how to do things. It really helps because sometimes for me it's just I just have to get started. Getting started, it was like the hardest thing for me. But once I'm in it, it's like I'm in it. Yeah, getting started streaming took me like the entire day. You know what I did the entire day? I was thinking about everything could go wrong. And then when I actually got to stream, you all joined, and when I ended the call, not the call, when I ended the stream, I texted my husband and I was like, wow, that was a lot of fun. Right, I see where you're coming from about ending on a good note, or like on a good win. I've definitely uh, had approached certain things in life in that kind of way as well. But yeah, like I said, I think it really depends on what it is. I think if I'm working with something that I kind of know what I'm doing, then I feel like approaching it with like the difficult thing first is the better way to go for me. But if I'm working with something where I'm like completely new, such as like if I'm a day player for a film shoot that I don't know anybody in the film crew, approaching it with a win first is also another good way to go. Oh, these words of wisdom. No, I definitely agree. I write as well, and getting started is so freaking hard. But when I start, like, I can't stop. Yeah, you're right. You just have to pay attention to yourself, your personality, and just the specific situation. Speaking of difficult things, all right, I'm gonna work on the face shape again. This is gonna be, please pray for me. It's gonna be a tricky one. I'm trying to do it in one stroke. Oh, that was not bad. Yo, that was not bad. I'm just gonna skip that part for a second and do this here. I feel like my control with the tablet is just keeps getting better. Like, I can really see the difference. I mean, I can really feel the difference. Like, usually this would take me a lot longer. I think that looks pretty good. Self shoulder pat. Alright. Can't celebrate too soon. I still have this little line. Oh, not bad. I'm sorry. I'm just like, this is how I hype myself up to do these scary things. Ha! That line is good, I think. No, it's too thick. Thank you, Marquie. Oh, that was pretty good. Alright, I think I earned myself a sip of water. And you know what? I'm gonna spoil myself a little bit. I'm gonna have a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. Cool. Let's continue this. My husband is the sweetest person ever. He's gonna cook me dinner tonight. He's making some vegan pizza. Because he was like, so you can finish up line art. This dude. Excuse me, I was yawning again. How do I want to approach the hair? Marquie, is your hair slicked back flat? Or is there a bit of a poof? Like, do you gel it back? I'll work on something else while I wait for your response. But it looks like you kind of gelled it back flat, so I'm not too sure. Got you. Thank you. Coffee. It's so convenient having my client right here. Can ask you questions. Okay, so with this is probably going to be a slight, like it's not going to be a perfect round shape, you know. So I'm gonna do that. Whoops. Yeah. Start here. I'm just gonna cheat, don't mind me. Perks of drawing digitally. You can move stuff around. I'm so glad. Thank you. Yeah, I really wanna represent your hair correctly. To the best of my ability. Yes, that's true. It's not cheating. Whoa. That was way off. Come on, buddy. Work with me. Flick that wrist. That was close. I'm so sorry if you're all watching this trying to relax. Oh. No, I appreciate that a lot. Thank you. I need a friend like you guys. I mean, I have a friend like you guys. It's you guys. What am I saying? Just flick that wrist. Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath. Okay, I'm back. Oh, yeah. Not bad. No, I love it. I tripped on my cat on the way to the bathroom. Kind of feel bad. I hope she understood my apologies. It's just, she was standing in the darkness. I did it! That was a nice. Those are some nice curves. Nice lines. That's what I mean. Nice curvy lines. You do though. I'm actually not too sure how I'm gonna approach this. So I'm gonna work on it later. Cause I really like the little baby hairs. I just gotta figure out how I can approach it nicely. I'm just pulling up some reference photos. Right, because when I'm approaching the gel section of her hair, I want to do it in a way where I'm still showing like the curls, you know? Instead of it looking just straight with a curly back. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna give this part a go first, and I think I might have a better understanding of how to approach it. If I were to do this with like the charcoal brush, I definitely do softer like little squiggles. But because this brush is so clean with only like one opacity, you just kind of have to be a little bit more precise. I'm gonna do this in a different layer so I don't mess up like the shape or like the lines for wow, the lines for your head. I hope you guys enjoy just like seeing me try to figure out like a way to approach my art, because I feel like when I post my arts or when I show my clients, like you don't really see the process that uh, goes with it. Ooh, I don't really like this part, but I like how I did that one, so I'm gonna try it again. I'm looking at the references on my phone, so it might be a bit slow to respond. Thank you. I'm glad you're learning some things from watching me. I'm using Photoshop. The other application I've purchased, I mean the other software I purchased, was Clip Studio, and that was the one that I was hoping I could use um as like my main software when I'm making my comic book. But I just didn't really have the chance to like mess with it too much. I pretty much kind of grew up with Photoshop, so I'm very familiar with the software. So I figured it would make the most sense if I'm doing commissions with it. What do you guys think about the way I'm approaching this texture? I don't know, I think with like when I color it, you're definitely gonna see it more in like a dimensional type of way. Thank you. I'm glad you like the way I'm approaching the little curls. Now after this, I wonder how I'm gonna color this, because there's a lot of like open lines. We'll deal with it when it comes up. Oh, Anna, thank you so much. Marky, you're freaking beautiful. I really enjoy drawing you. the texture works kind of well. Yeah. Might kind of apply the same technique, but in a more dense kind of way, with like the rest of your hair. We'll see. Let's give it a try. No, it's a little bit more stretched out. Well, I was gonna say Photoshop didn't crash at all today. Um, until just now. Not bad. Not too mad about it. I feel like I'm being kind of inconsistent. Oh, I smell the pizza the husband's making from upstairs. Thank you so much, Marquie. I hope I represented your hair texture well, because they are gorgeous. Yay, I'm so glad it did. Thanks, guys. And then don't worry, I'm gonna like gradient this part out. Or I might do that with either screen tones or like with a little bit more hatching. Not a little bit more, there's no hatching at all right now, but with some hatching. Oops. I'm just experimenting. See, this is kind of tricky to do digitally. Like hatching, I feel like hatching is more difficult to do digitally than it is traditional. No, it crashed. Dang it, Photoshop, don't be like that. I notice it crashes a lot when I do like multiple clicks of things. So we might be experiencing some crashing, but thank you so much. Kind of not too crazy about this shading. Try something else. I'm not really sure if you can see this in the stream, but I'm just going through the different brushes I have. No. Whoa, no. Nope. And these screen tones are so limited. Yeah, I'm gonna do it manually. Yeah, just some hand hatching. I think I only just have a few minutes until I have to go down and have some din. What are you guys having for dinner? Okay, I have about 15 minutes until the pizza is done cooking. Ooh, pad thai is so good. It always makes me so happy whenever someone is having Thai food, because it's like the home country. My husband and I actually made pad thai a few days ago, like 2 dinners ago. It was so good. Found out a way to make it so it would taste like the one I normally have at this one food truck. Not at this one lady who sells it on a cart. Street food style. So it makes me really happy. It's kind of nostalgic about it. Ooh, bagel bites. I've never had this. Hell yeah. I love it that there's so many Thai restaurants where you are. Nothing wrong with with classic choice, you know? I mean, I'm Thai and I still really love Thai. We make it pretty often. And it's pretty easy to make as well. You just need a few ingredients and from there you're just tossing everything in a wok. Are bagel bites one of those where it's like tiny little bagels and then it comes with cream cheese in the middle? Of course, I love that. I like other like more common, like more wouldn't say basic. I would say classic. Texture. I think pad krao is also kind of a classic here. What else? Like red curry. They do for people to get. If you like red curry, you're probably gonna like panang. Panang is also really good. Okay, so this hatching, I'm just gonna get rid of it all. It's fine and all. It's just it takes away the texture that I worked so hard on underneath. So I'm just gonna do gradients. Oh, bagel bites are tiny little bagel pizzas. Wow, I didn't know that. Good to know. I think I've only ever had cream cheese like 3 times in my life. I'm talking about like cream cheese and bagel. Whoops. Yeah, I remember cream cheese tastes good. There are plant-based cream cheese now though, so I can still mess with that. What is this? Don't worry, I know what I'm doing looks kind of weird and scary, but I'm gonna. I mean, honestly, I don't know why I appreciate the upper lips, but it's just at this point it had been my style in this little sequence of lines. Okay, let me check the time. Eh. I got like 7 minutes. What do I want to do for 7 minutes? Ooh, that sounds like such a good breakfast. I feel like I've just been having the same breakfast again and again. I'm just not very creative. It almost is like some it's almost I'm so sorry. It almost always is just oatmeal or some form of tofu scramble. What I have. Sometimes if I'm feeling particularly fancy, I'll make some sushi, but like with tofu. Just wrap it up in seaweed. And I'll make like miso soup to go with it. Ooh, I've been doing this thing where it's make I think 1 tablespoon of what do they call it? Liquid aminos and like a tablespoon of agave, and then that's what I would use to cook my tofu with. So I'll cut my tofu into like little strips and either pan fry them or bake them if I'm feeling super lazy and like I don't want oil. I bake them with parchment paper. And then I can put that in anything. It's so good. So sometimes I'll do flatbread, toast it up, put on some avocado, put that tofu thingy on and then I'll have it with some spinach. And I'll just put the spinach on top and then that's it. That's like the extent of my creativity with food. Yeah, you should try it. It's really good and it's so easy to make. Sometimes if I want to feel like osamu with me, try to make oiki. But for the filling, it's just more tofu. Or sometimes I'll mash up some chickpeas and I'll mix it up with vegan mayo and some sriracha, and then that's just like supposed to be spicy. He would be so disappointed. He's like, what is this non-authentic stuff? It's fine though, it tastes good. Oh, that's so interesting. I've never tried raw tofu with seaweed flakes and soy sauce before. I'm gonna give it a try. To be honest, like my crush on Osamu kind of helped with like making me want to cook more stuff or like more Japanese dishes. So thank you, dude. Thanks for being kind of cool. Kind of a cool fictional character. I mean, at least you got the tofu as your protein. Though. Even if I haven't really been too creative with my meals, at least I try to have like, at least 1 to 2 cups of veggies a day, a decent source of protein. Why I can't multitask. And some greens, yes. Look at you guys being so cute, little matching dimples. Oh man, this is making me so happy. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop. Dimples just makes me so happy. Marquie. No, like I'm actually kind of curious about tofu and seaweed soy sauce combo. Cause I like all of those things. I think a Buddha bowl is the easiest way to go for dinner when you're just like feeling super lazy. Cause you just toss everything in the oven and retrieve it at the end. And yeah, I mean, and then for the sauce, I would do peanut butter, a little bit of water just to make it easy to spread, some liquid aminos, what else? Some agave. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And it's like super easy and it's a good amount of protein and like a good source of fat. Okay, guys. I think I can smell the pizza like calling my name. Not my husband. I am leaving at the smell of pizza. So wait, let me lock my timeout real quick. So that had been a solid couple of hours. So I'm gonna call it a day for now. Yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I'm probably gonna stream again tomorrow at 5. If anybody would like to come join me again, I'm gonna be working on the same piece, and hopefully just like finish up line art and do some toning, like black and white toning, and yeah, and then email it over to you, Marquie. So thank you guys. I hope you all have a great night, all my EST fans, and yeah, bye bye.